Hi, this is Lara from Forex Info USA with your end of the week analysis for the US dollar index for the week ending Friday the 9th of April. And starting this analysis with a look at an historical chart first going back to 1985. We did have higher prices prior to 1985, so we can see a 5 waves down ending here in 1992 at cycle degree, followed by a 3-wave movement for a cycle degree wave A, a 3-wave movement for a cycle degree wave B, and we're in the early stages of a cycle degree wave C up to correct these 5 waves down that ended in 92. We've got a really clear breakout of a parallel trend channel drawn using Elliott's channeling technique that contains cycle degree wave B, which lasted from 2001 to 2008, so about 7 years, which is about right for a cycle degree wave. And we're going to have a cycle degree wave C, we're going to have primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, and we've already got the first and second waves finished, and we're in the early phases of what will be the strongest part of this C wave, the third wave. This third wave is likely to end about 104.58, probably by the end of this year or early next, and that's where it will reach 1.618, the length of wave 1. So taking you now to a regular daily chart where this maroon 2 is this maroon 2 down here, and here's our recent dollar rises with the minor or blue 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're still working on wave 5 up. These green lines, again, Elliott's channeling technique, I'm using this quite strongly here because it works really, really well on daily charts at minor degrees and above. A trend line drawn from the high of 1 to the high of 3, place a parallel copy and place it on the low of 2. We've got an overthrow in the 4th wave position, which may indicate an upcoming overthrow in the 5th wave position when it ends. This lower edge of this trend channel should contain downwards corrective movements as wave 5 moves up. Friday's trading session saw the dollar closing right on this lower trend line. If when Monday's session opens we have some significant movement below this lower trend line, I'm going to reanalyze this wave count, and we're probably looking at an end to wave 5 blue here and the early stages of an A wave for intermediate wave 1 black on the way down. Intermediate wave 2 black. That would mean the intermediate wave 1 ended up here. I'm using this trend channel to determine which of the wave counts is correct. I am aware there are bearish alternates for the dollar at the moment, but I'm not going to seriously consider and chart them again until we have a full day's bar opening and closing below the lower edge of this trend channel. It is possible for throwovers to occur, and they did occur early on stage 1 down the bottom here. It is possible during wave 5 for little throwovers to occur, but as soon as we have a full day's bar outside this trend channel, that's a strong indication that wave 5 is over and wave A down is next. So taking you now to an hourly chart, another thing that gives me cause for concern about this wave count today is this very strong downwards movement to end Friday's trading session on the hourly chart. Does look very, very impulsive. It makes this piece of upwards movement, which was looking pretty good until then, it makes this in comparison look corrective. And this piece here with this very strong downward bars, it's not choppy, it's not hesitating, it's just definitely trending down, has a very strong corrective look. So we may have had A and B here, and we may be working on towards the end of wave C, which would reach equality with wave A when the dollar reaches down to 80.8. That would give us a slight overthrow of the trend channel. If it bounces very strongly up from there in clean impulsive upwards movement, our wave count will still look valid. If, however, it hovers around here or moves further below and we have a bar opening and closing below that trend channel on the daily chart, then this interpretation at the hourly and daily level is not going to look so good, and we're going to have to go with a bearish alternate. Every now and then with Elliott wave analysis, the situation is unclear, especially when we are at a trend change of minor degree and above. And at this stage, we may be at a trend change of intermediate degree with the end. I'll just take you back to the daily. We may be having a trend change with the end of intermediate wave 1 could have ended here, and we may be looking at the early stages of intermediate wave 2. Sometimes around these trend changes, the wave count can be a little bit unclear, and we can use these channeling techniques to have a more conservative approach and see when we have a break of the channel, that's when we will call a trend change has occurred a little bit further back here. So that's what I'm doing, and we'll see what happens with Monday's trading session. That's all for me with your dollar analysis. I'll have another one in about 24 hours after we have a Monday trading session and some more data to analyse. I hope you had an awesome weekend, and as always, may all your trades be profitable.